Hello, Music at Noon lovers. How are you today? You're always good. Even when you are not actually good, you're really good. Well, you're so smart. You're so wise. You come to these programs when we have extraordinary musicians. I hear an echo. I'm not sure why that's happening. Sounds different to me. Is it going okay on the live stream there? Good enough? Okay. Well, today we have Pacific Arts Trio. They are incredible. Excuse me, I'll get that right. All of them were at one time. Maybe you could turn that down just a little bit. Turn the microphone number 31. Turn it down just a little bit. Testing 1, 2. So, sorry for that. Pacific Arts Trio, all of them at one time were principals in the Oakland Symphony. 2 of them have retired, and Alice is still a member. Alice Lenaghan is playing flute, Dan Reiter, cello, Natalie Cox, harp. That'll take care of it. So, it's been almost 4 years since Pacific Arts Trio has honored us with their beautiful music, and that's because during COVID it was canceled and we hadn't seen them 2 years before that, so it's been a long time. It's great to have them back. Their program is entitled Melodies and Dances, and I believe all of these pieces have been arranged by our cellist, Dan Reiter. He is quite a writer, let me tell you. Well, would you please welcome Pacific Arts Trio.
Good afternoon and welcome. Indeed, we are thrilled to be back here at Music at Noon and glad to Brad to have invited us back. I want to give a hearty welcome to those that we see here in person, as well as those who are joining us live online with the live stream. The program we're going to present today will have us traveling through time and space and provide us an international feast of melody, dances, and groovy beats all along the way. Sourced from ancient collections of tunes, as well as works originally written for orchestra and Dan's own original compositions. All of our arrangements are by our fine cellist, Dan. Our travels will begin today in Germany with the music of Michael Praetorius. His Spagnoletta will be our first selection. A Spagnoletta is a dance first appearing in Italy for flirtatious couples, popular in the 16th century. Many composers used this melody and/or sets of variations in arrangements for often lute or guitar or keyboard or anything else they had handy. Praetorius included this very well-known melody in his collection of more than 300 instrumental dance pieces, together called Terpsichore, named after the muse of dance. Praetorius, of course, did not specify which instruments to play his dance melodies on, which allows musicians many centuries later to choose how they would like to do it. Today, we're going to try on flute, cello, and harp. think you enjoyed that as much as we did. Nice to warm up with a dance. Well, our travels will take us now to the north and east, all the way to the country of Finland, with the music of Jan Sibelius. The Swan of Tuonela is a tone poem from orchestra, arranged for orchestra by the Finnish composer Jan Sibelius. Together with 3 other tone poems, they make up his Lemminkainen suite, telling the adventures of the mythical hero Lemminkainen. In the Finnish folk tradition, Tuonela is an island of the dead, separated from the world of the living by a swirling river and guarded by a black swan who chants mysterious spells. In Sibelius's haunting tone poem, the achingly beautiful English horn solo represents the swan. Here, in Dan's arrangement, the flute will be the dark swan, while the cello part imitates Lemminkainen, and the harp envelops everything with a watery mist and fog.
Thank you. Are you about to say something? No. Okay. I have wanted to arrange that piece for the last 25 years. It was a very interesting project. Come up and talk to me after the concert. I'll tell you all about it. This next piece, Brigit's Fancy, was an experiment. A harp player friend of both Natalie and mine, Diana Stork, is a composer. She writes for Lever Harp. And she wrote a piece, and she asked me to talk to her about compositional ideas. So we did, and I wound up contributing whatever I did. And so I think of this not so much as Brigit, the goddess of fertility and creativity, but that this is sort of a dream swimming in the fjords. Oh, that felt good. That was a world premiere. It's the first time we got to play this. Makes me happy. The next piece, Prelude and Dance, is based on, rather loosely, Romanian themes, Macedonian themes. Yeah, the Romanian side of it is the sound of the panpipe, the wooden flute, like Zamfir would play. And there were a couple of tunes that I had in a sight singing book of all places. I just found it recently, and I saw how I changed them and somewhat messed with them. So these are not exactly original tunes, but they are in the spirit of the time and place.
Do you see what I mean about all of those groovy beats we'll pass through? Love it. Okay, our next stop is on to ancient Scotland, gosh. And here we will be traveling back and forth across the country from its eastern coast to the extreme western islands, the Hebrides, where we will stitch two melodies together. The first is taken from the Skene Mandora Manuscript, which is a collection of pieces compiled by Scotsman John Skene. And if you're wondering, a mandora is a kind of small French lute. All of the pieces in here are originally set in lute tablature, or mandora tablature as it is. The second melody is from another important collection of Scottish tunes compiled by fiddler and captain Simon Fraser. The seaport of Dundee is Scotland's fourth largest city, located on the central eastern coast along the North Sea. The melody to Adew, Dundee is a bit sad and has an unusual phrase length of 7 rather than 8 measures. But next, we will travel across to the extreme western part of Scotland. Isla is a Scottish word for island, and Uist is a collection of islands on the outer Hebrides, some of them now connected by a complex of causeways. Rowing from Isla to Uist is a traditional rowing song meant to keep the rhythm of the oars. Indeed, if you were actually rowing from the island of Isla, known for its wonderful smoky whiskey, all the way north to Uist, you'd certainly need many oarsmen, several songs, and lots of whiskey to cover that very cold and choppy sea.
true music, honest music, the way I like it. This next piece, Toccata, Kalamata, was in many incarnations. I won't go through all of them, but the very first time I wrote it was a piece for solo cello, and it was vastly different from what you're about to hear. It was very chaotic. At the time, I had an extension on my cello that went from a low C down to a low A, and so I called the piece extension for a long, long time. But seeing its Greek roots and loving Kalamata olives, I decided to rewrite a new beginning, and it is quite a very Greek piece, and I had that confirmed by a flute player I know who is Greek and said, oh yes. Anyway, this is Toccata Kalamata. This is a world premiere.
More dancing in Greece, but now we will step into ancient Ireland. These two melodies are by Tuonela or Carolan, who is one of Ireland's best known composers of folk music and melodies in general. Tuonela or Carolan is a composer of many traditional tunes. He was blinded by smallpox by the age of 18. So then he turned to learning the harp and traveled throughout Ireland with a guide for nearly 50 years, composing and performing songs for his wealthy hosts and patrons. These two Irish laments we will play for you today were chosen just because of the shape of their lovely melodies.
Well, it seems like we're almost out of time, but we're going to play our last piece anyway. Please stay. This is called The Power of Joy, and this is arranged to commemorate Ustad Ali Akbar Khan's centennial. I worked with Master Khan, and it was a great pleasure. He helped me with all my compositions in his own way. This is called Raga Khoshi Khanra. He called it The Power of Joy.
Thank you so much. You are very kind. Thank you so much for staying through our last piece. We're so thrilled to be invited back here by Brad. We are just can't believe we're able to play again live music for live people, because it's so, so important for all of us. Thank you again to Brad and to his camera crew for putting together this beautiful presentation that we can watch live and online and tap into later whenever we like. Thank you so much. Please have safe travels and fill your lives with melody and exciting dance.
Now, don't go away quite yet. Don't go away, because I wanna embarrass you a little bit, and I mean, I have so many thoughts and so many things I want to say, and you don't have the time, I'm sure, but Pacific Arts Trio, for all of you live streamers, we have Dan Reiter on cello. Take a bow, Dan. Natalie Cox on harp. Alice Lenaghan on flute. All three either are or have been principals in the Oakland Symphony. And, well, you know they'd have to do something at that level with all their talent. You've got to do something with all that talent that you have. And of course, Dan, we have to spend a little time talking about you, because this program, most of it, maybe all of it, wouldn't be possible without you, because he arranged everything. Well, and my feeling is, Dan is here with us now, alive. This music, I think, Dan, is going to be existing long after we are here, because the ensemble is so unique and the music is so superb. As you said, we were talking, the rhythm is astounding. It's chaotic, but the ensemble is amazing. In the chaos, the ensemble is perfect.
That's how they live, with these limping rhythms. They love 3-2-2-3-2. It's chaotic, but that's life.
Well, you have adopted it very gracefully. And I also want to say that the program had such an exotic flavor to it, didn't it? Spicy, jazzy, rhythmic, kind of East Indian sometimes. Greek, I think you were saying, right? We really traveled. And so your melodies and dances are just wonderful, and I understand that this concert will be given again in Oregon, I believe. So you have a wonderful time there, and we hope to see you much sooner than we had to wait this time. And also I wanted to say one more thing, and that is, you can see by the dates on this music what Dan has been doing during COVID. May we have another COVID sometime that will produce as okay. We don't want to go there. But anyway, what you can do when you have limitations, it's quite amazing. One more round of applause, please. And we will release you. Next week we have violinist Dajane Smiley and pianist John Koza. Hope to see you then. Bye for now.
nice of you.